cases, but this is a civil case, but it could cost Trump a lot of money. These are the findings, that Donald Trump indeed inflated his personal wealth by billions of dollars. Here's a bit of a quote. The Attorney General's office said that over a 10-year period, when it corrects the Trump financial statements for alleged misvaluations, it reduces Mr. Trump's net worth by between 17 and 39% in each year, or between $812 million and $2.2 billion with a B, depending on the year. We will also note from this reporting that during Trump's first year in office, he overstated his personal wealth by over $1.1 billion. And in 2018, he overstated it by $1.9 billion. He'd overstated it by $2.2 billion in 2014. Ergo, never was a billionaire. Where does all of that even come into play here? Because he is also facing potentially some serious financial pain.
Yeah, it's the financial pain, Joy, but it's also then the fact that the AG's office, as part of the law that they're going to be asserting against Trump here, includes the ability to seek the cancellation of corporate charters for these entities that were overvaluing the worth of these properties. So in New York, that would mean, say, 40 Wall Street LLC getting its corporate charter canceled, which then throws everything into doubt about Trump's ability to charge rent to those tenants. And the rent is the money that comes in, the lifeblood of his sort of empire of debt. He can service all of these debts because he's getting this rent in the door from these properties. If he's not allowed to collect rent on his New York properties, it throws a whole bunch of things into major limbo. So it's about a payment to the state of New York, but it's also about I think the one thing to look out for that we haven't been talking about that much yet is the possibility that he could lose the ability to do business in the state of New York because of his persistent fraud and illegality, not just in this matter alone, where it's years and years of overstatements, allegedly, but also that we have the Trump University matter, the Trump Foundation matter, and then the finding of tax fraud by a criminal jury in Manhattan that happened last year is more than enough to establish a pattern of persistent fraud and illegality for which New York state courts will order the extraordinary relief of cancellation of corporate charters.
Can they take some of these properties? Can the state of New York seize properties from him?
We don't know exactly how this is going to play out in practice. This is something that I'm actually going to be looking into as we head toward trial in this matter and then in the next month or so. It's going to be interesting to see what would happen. Would they take them? Would they put them into a receivership, potentially, whereby the property would basically be held in a trust? Some of the creditors might be able to get some money. They would probably be taking significant haircuts, but it wouldn't allow Trump to basically take money from his New York properties and use it, say, on his legal fees. That wouldn't be permitted. He wouldn't be able to rob Peter to pay Paul. It could have massive, massive financial impact for Trump and completely ruin the shell game that he's been running all these years.
Katie,